Hi guys, I'm in Ukraine, in my city that calls Zaporizhzhia. In this vlog, I want to share with you some things that are usual in my hometown, in my country, and maybe a bit unusual for other countries. You can see a little bit of the landscapes of my district in my hometown, which is safe right now. I was in Ukraine last year in June, and I can feel the difference. Maybe because I wasn't visited my parents here for this long. I'm just not used to all this war situation anymore. It feels a little bit more scary for me. I would say this is like pressure. So it's not that I have fear that I can die because I think I will not, but let's see. But I think it is just like pressure on me to be in this city and to hear all the sounds of war, and it's just a little bit pressure on mentality that this is for real, is going on every single day. But let's keep this part. I would say that in my district, everything is as safe as possible, I would say, and that's why I don't have any desire to go to the center of the city, despite I would do that. Because I need to do all these checkups and different stuff to meet friends as well. But on a regular basis, I'm staying in my district and I'm good with that. So the first thing that I've noticed for the first time I came to Poland is that in Ukraine we have a culture of coffee, because we have coffee shops here everywhere. Like every 100 meters, you can find a coffee shop. Okay, maybe not 100 meters, but I will show you the video and you can see that, for example, I have four different coffee shops with a good coffee that is located in one area. So being here and walking here, whenever you feel that desire to drink something like that, you can always do that. While in Krakow, you need to go to special places. You can find different coffee shops as well, but this is just not that popular. And you can see that these coffee shops is not literally like buildings that you go inside, but this is a place where you can have a good quality coffee just on the way. And the second thing is the cost of the one cup of coffee. Here, if I want to order something like 330 milliliters of the drink, like latte or coffee drink with milk, with syrups, with something like that, it costs a little bit more than $1. So after the Poland, this is extremely cheap. The local kids, yeah, this is extremely cheap, and you can have it just everywhere. Another thing that you can notice is here we have buses, but also here we have like microbuses, let's say. We call it marshrutka. This word probably is hard to pronounce. This is the thing that we usually ride in when we need to go somewhere, because this is faster than usual buses, and also because we don't have that many buses. That microbuses was initially popular here, like from the very first days of Ukraine. Microbuses generally is 90% of the public transport here in my hometown. Sometimes it is a little bit uncomfortable because if you're used to ride buses, you're used to have space and everything is comfortable. But here, it is more like a metro feeling when everybody is just sticking to each other and you're riding it until a destination. But this is just much quicker. We have trams, but it's getting less and less popular because, as I remember when I was living here, some lines were removing, and I don't know, to be honest, right now, do we have trams or not? Probably we still. But this is not just that popular. They are not connected all the parts of the city together. What else? In most countries of Europe, but not in every country, but still, there on the weekends, in Sundays, the groceries are closed, and if you need to go to the pharmacies as well closed. They have like 3 or 4 pharmacies. For example, in Krakow, they have 3 or 4 pharmacies that are always open in the city. But if really something happens with you, you just need to ride like 30 minutes to get there. Here, we have pharmacies everywhere, and everything is open 24/7. Supermarkets, groceries, pharmacies, if you need something, you always can get it. And if your work schedule is different from usual one that's office job, so like if you're working at night or if you are working just with different schedule, you always can get to the supermarkets because they are always open. Not all of them, but I guess right now like 50% of the big supermarkets are open 24/7, and of course in holidays as well. One more thing is the level of digitalization here. When the war started, it kind of stopped. But before, we had this improvement of digitalization, and right now, still, I have my documents in my phone, and this is legal. I have my ID card, like passport of Ukraine. I have my driver license. I have all different documents that I need. I have it in my phone. And before it was, I don't know just how it works right now. Before it was possible to open the business really quick just on your smartphone. They also implemented one thing that you can even get married through your phone because you can send the offer to another person, I mean the citizen of Ukraine as well, and they can just reject or accept. And this is just the level of digitalization. If everything were good, probably we would have like really interesting technologies, but yeah, everything just stopped, and of course, all the money government is putting to resolve this situation. Yeah, one last thing that I came up right now. I want to show you food that I like in the groceries and that I'm buying when I'm going back to Ukraine, because this is like different from other countries. For example, we used to drink a lot of tea here, and we have a really big amount of different kind of teas. And yeah, I just want to show you everything around inside of the groceries, as I'm doing it in other countries. Some shelves with the products that I like. And also in some groceries you can find the coffee machines. So you're literally like making coffee there, going to pay for everything and as well paying for coffee. And we have a liquid tea here. I know that this is not popular in Poland and in Bulgaria, but we have it here, and as well I just want to show you.
Heart breathing, heart spinning down, down. The lights weaken, but I see them now, now. Open my eyes, let my tears crystallize. I'm switching focus. It's tough letting go of the world that I know, but what I know is sometimes it tastes like gold, but it's rotten. Sometimes a cage can look like a key. Sometimes it takes your whole life free falling to be free, to be free. Sometimes you learn to swim when you're sinking. Fumble your words to find clarity.
You can see the streets in my district.
Still beginning to be free, to be free. Dreams broken, but I've woken up.
Again, one more coffee shop.
I was hopeless. Yeah, I'm letting go of the world that I know, 'cause what I know is sometimes it tastes like gold, but it's rotten. Sometimes a cage can look like a key. Sometimes it takes your whole life free falling to be free, to be free. Sometimes you learn to swim when you're sinking, fumble your words to find clarity. Sometimes it hurts, but I'm still beginning to be free, to be free, free. I might be losing all I had, but I'm finding what I need. Might carry pieces of the past, but I'm learning how to be. I'm beginning to be. I know that I can be free. Sometimes it tastes like gold, but it's rotten. Sometimes a cage can look like a key. Sometimes it takes your whole life free falling to be free, to be free. Sometimes you learn to swim when you're sinking, fumble your words to find clarity. Sometimes it hurts, but I'm still beginning to be free, to be free.
Yes, you might notice that there is a huge selection of products. But the thing is, the price of them is the same as in Europe. Sometimes even more expensive because there is plenty discounts in Europe. So people with good incomes can afford a plenty of things. But the average monthly salary in Ukraine is just $500, while in Poland it is about $1,800. So to afford all these delights is unfortunately not possible for many people. So I'm already at home and it's time to make the unpacking of the liquid tea. Mine is with sea buckthorn, and yeah, this is what visual instruction what you need to do. So we just need to boil the water and yeah, let's put it inside. This is my size of cup. And let's do the unpacking of this thing. Translator shows me that it calls glazed curd cheese, but to be honest, I don't know how to correctly name it in English. So this is like a sweet cottage cheese, and usually inside they have liquids like caramel, like strawberry or something. Here we don't have any liquids. This is just with vanilla and caramel flavor. And on the top, there is a chocolate. This is very popular in my country, and this is not that popular in other countries of Europe. So, this is how it looks like. You can see, so this is set of these sticks. It is very tasty, and I like this one. If you will be in Ukraine and you will see this package, just grab it and then tell me, did you like it? One of the reasons why I like these sticks because they're going with the milk chocolate and the quality of ingredients really good. And you need to keep it in the fridge. One more thing that pops up in my mind is one porridge that is not popular in the rest of the Europe, but you still can find it in Poland. And so I assume that the Polish people still use it, still cook it. It calls buckwheat. This is actually a very healthy option of the porridge because it is full of the vitamins. I know that this is like number 2 or number 1 porridge among different porridges that contains like full of different vitamins. We are eating it in salty versions like with meat, and also we are eating it in sweet versions, so like with the sour cream and different jams or honey or sugar on the top. My favorite one, buckwheat with milk. So you're just pouring the milk like you are preparing the flakes. At the end, I filmed how the most popular candy chain in Ukraine looks like, Russian. It is very tasty. If you have seen any of this brand's products, they should be available in Slavic shops around the world. So I recommend buying some. And that's the end of the vlog. This time I wanted to film something interesting and kinda positive, as I didn't want to film the destruction, almost daily nighttime rocket and drone attacks, and other realities of life here.